Today, I want to build a house in The Sims from the outside in. Recently, I built a house from left to right and back to front, and a lot of you suggested this challenge where we start on the outer edge of the lot and go tile by tile until we get to the very center. And this is also a no mistakes challenge, which means that we cannot go back and change things once we've moved on from each tile. This is the lot we're working on today. I don't even have a floor plan in my head. We're just going on vibes. And before we get into it, I am part of the EA Creator Network, and I've been gifted a couple packs in the past, so let's get to the video. So I think what I want to do is start at the front of the lot, and I am thinking we'll start with some terrain paint, and this will become a walkway up to the house. And also in this tile, I will add in a mailbox. And I think for the front of the house, that's what we have going on. And so now in the back of the house, I think I'm going to start here and draw a fence like this. Last time I did this, we ended up with an absolutely ridiculously large yard. So I'm going to try to not do that again. But one thing I do always tend to forget is terrain paint. So we will try to start strong here. And this is where I think we can get a couple trash cans. So we have our front and back. Maybe now we will go over here to the left. I think somewhere we will have a little bit of a bump out. So I'm going to place the landscaping here. I really don't know if I want to think about doing a bump out on each side of the house. That seems so confusing to me. So I might actually say our right side of the house starts right here, in line with where the backyard is. This is already too much for my brain, but this is our first tile of each side. And now we move on to the next tile of each side. In the back here, what I know I want to do is continue this pebble terrain paint all around. I also want a gate right here. I'll have to like re-snap that to the fence when the time comes. And in the front of the house, I am just going to terrain paint the walkway a little bit more. But now it is in fact the difficult part where I have to think about the furniture that goes in the house. What if we went a little contemporary with these businesses and hobbies windows? I really like that, and I like this flooring from the base game. I was thinking this could be a bedroom. Determining the color scheme before I can have furniture and stuff is literally so stressful. I think we'll grab a dresser for right there. I could slide in a side table right there. And we also have to think about what to do with the outside of the walls, because I would totally forget to do that. What if we went with a really like sleek brick? And I kind of have a silly little idea to add a bit of whimsy with the branch light as like the bedside light. And for the clutter on the dresser, maybe we get the little streetcar statue and the mini cityscape statue. I also kind of want this vase, but I think I'm gonna size it down with my left bracket key. And speaking of these miniatures and sizing things down, I want to tell you a little bit about the sponsor of today's video. Instead of shrinking items down in your builds, what if you shrunk yourself down instead? Animal Nook is an upcoming Lilliput fantasy life simulation game where you shrink into a cozy miniature world and live among giant everyday objects. Books become platforms with the bookmarks as the rams, pencils are now streetlights. It's so fun to see things from this perspective and how these common objects take on a new life here. The headphones being used as speakers is so clever, and the alarm clock becoming a cozy chair is just delightful. I've truly noticed something new every time that I've looked at this. It's like they thought of everything. You start on the desk, but as you progress, you'll be able to build in other areas of the room, like the cabinets and the windowsill. If you need a little guidance, you can build based on blueprints, or if you want more creative control, you can dismantle objects into modular components and customize things even further. And you're not in this alone, because it's also a life sim, so the miniature world is full of life and other residents like tiny humanoids and other whimsical beings. You can bond with them and uncover their stories by exchanging gifts and creating memories, and you can even convince them to move in, but you'll have to build them a space that they'll enjoy. On top of all of this, the art style and the graphics are incredible. It's cute, cozy, adorable, all of this in a lovely Pixar style world. I am so excited about this game, and if you are too, you can check out the links in the description and wishlist it. And thank you so much to Animal Nook for sponsoring this portion of the video. All right, moving on over here now, I kind of have a vision of this being like a eat-in kitchen, and that's like our main dining area because the house isn't going to be too big. I guess I'll start us with a window right there and maybe one right there. This is going to be the kitchen area, and I think this is where the stove is going to go. Oh, which means I also have to think about a backsplash. And I forgot that this challenge is kind of weird because you can't really get like a good idea of how the swatches will work together until you close off the rooms entirely. Oh, and we have to think about clutter and which counter we're going to keep open for cooking. Does this blind look really silly on this window because it's not big enough because the window stretches when it goes on the diagonal? Maybe we can bring back our Desert Luxe curtains. I think that's mostly what I want on this tile. I would love to add a plant. I'm just like, will the table that I add interfere with me adding a plant? But I could add an authority right here. I feel like that will not actually interfere. And thinking about the right side of the house here, I gotta add just a little bit more landscaping. I don't want it to get too too wild. And I think with this challenge, it's going to feel easier until it does not. By that, I mean, we might be trying to squeeze in so much by the end that it starts really easy, but gets really hard. Oh no, and we've run into our first major error, which is that I should have declared the start of the left side of the house to be here so that I could terrain paint all that. I guess I could justify it in saying like it's still part of this tile of the back of the house, but that feels kind of cheaty. Maybe I'll just kind of do like a rounded terrain paint right there where it kind of just like fades in a little bit. That's the difficult part about this challenge, is that there are tiles that technically could count for one thing or another thing. I think I am declaring all of these tiles done. The second tile of everything is done, and let's move on to the third tile. I guess I've decided that we're starting on the left side here. I'll make sure our walls are painted, and I'm actually kind of wondering, what if this was its own bump out right there? And then we start another part of the house over here. I kind of like that. And then now we have to think about a bed going in here. I know I use the growing together one all the time. Maybe we could go with this seasons one. I really like how the pink here kind of goes with the flowers. And we do need a rug. We haven't done anything too patterned yet, so maybe we could kind of grab this one from businesses and hobbies. So I guess the next question is, what is happening here? I think we need a bathroom. I'm kind of thinking we could do these 3 tiles and do like a 3x3 kids room and a 2x3 bathroom that either connects to this bedroom or connects to the hallway. Maybe it'll connect to the hallway. We have a hallway now. We will have a hallway, I guess. Another thing I'm finding interesting is like the way my brain is inventing a floor plan as I go, how that's working, because I feel like the left to right house kind of had a similar setup to this. Maybe that's just like subconsciously my favorite floor plan. I don't know. We're actually on this tile, so I need to make sure that I'm filling in the landscaping. Oh, and thank goodness we are on this tile, because I was like, oh no, did I forget to paint that wall? And then here for the next tile in the backyard, I think I'm going to keep with our terrain paint. It was a horrible idea last time to try to add a pool because I kept forgetting everything. So I need to redeem myself and we're gonna try again. I don't know how big I want it to be though. That seems pretty big for a house that won't be as big. So maybe we do that. But you know what I'm going to do while I'm thinking of it is add the ladder, because last time I forgot a ladder, I forgot pool lights, I forgot everything. How about a lounge chair as well? For the third tile in the very front here, I think I'm just going to continue our walkway one more time. And then on the right side, I'm actually going to do a bump out like this. And this is going to go for about 3 tiles, 4 tiles, I don't know. But I need to extend our wall here also and get another window, get our curtain mount. I'm really just trying to squish everything together so it might clip a little bit. And then I'm actually not mad about the landscaping accidentally clipping in there because I can just cover this up with a counter, which was my intention anyway. I thought I was going to put the sink on this counter, but I don't think I am. I think we'll just put like some paper towels. There's going to be a window on the next tile, but I'm a little bit worried what window it's going to be because I don't have faith in myself to like choose a good one. Let's be real. Anyway, we are now coming over to the dining area. And now that I think about it, this dining area is a lot bigger than I thought. So I was going to do like a smaller circular or square table, but I might plan to do something like this from Dream Home Decorator. And maybe I'll grab these chairs. I will re-slot them to the table once we get the table. And if you're new here, first of all, welcome. But if you're wondering how I decide when to place items, I try to place them at their first possible spot. If there's something like a table that would go across more than one tile, I try to place them at their first possible tile, but I give myself a little bit of leeway with that, especially with rugs and stuff. Wait, I think I messed up. I think some of these pebbles are in a different swatch than the other ones. Thankfully, you really cannot tell, I hope. Oh well, I'm just going to fill in the rest of the landscaping on this tile, and I think we'll get some yellow flowers on this side of this tile as well. And I think that is it for our third tile of the build on all of our sides. Moving on, I kind of want to stick around in the backyard here. Since I was just terrain painting, let me do some more terrain paint here. I guess technically I could draw the pool like that and then bring it out each time. I don't even know. My plan is to do another lounge chair, of course, so maybe I will get them a little table in between. I think I will continue the fence there and then bring out the bedroom wall, the bathroom wall, and the first like front wall of our house has finally appeared. I don't think there's much else I want to do in in this main bedroom, maybe I'll just like add a couple laundry bins on this wall. In the bathroom here, I'm thinking we do a shower, but I think we have to do it on this tile just because of like where you get in the shower. That way we can do the toilet right here. Maybe we'll do a little like shelf under the window there. Didn't I say this was gonna be a 3x3 kids room or maybe a 4x3? We'll see. But since I went with that blue on the wall, I kind of really like this growing together bed. Oh my God, I said it right. And we could do like the pastel pop green. I feel like it all ties in really well. I guess I should try to remember landscaping. Oh, I have not been remembering terrain paint under the landscaping. I've been remembering it in the back of the house, but I guess that took up enough brain power that I have forgotten it everywhere else. Also, coming back over here, I kind of feel like something should go above the bed. What about like the book cover? That can count because it's in between the two tiles. And then on this side of the house, I am going to get our flooring right here. Another wall here before we go diagonal back in. Our window, our curtain. And then this is where I'm going to put the sink. I don't like where the paper towels ended up. I don't know how I did that, but oh well. Could I get a window like this? I don't know. I don't like when you can see the counter through the window. I could like stack a couple of them. That might be okay. I'm okay with that. And wow, maybe I should do an island? I didn't think I was making this house that big. And to me, like a big house is one with an island. But if we do the kind that you don't sit at, sometimes I like to do this where I just take two regular counters and I face them opposite of each other. So you get some extra counter space, but you don't have to worry about like finding bar stools and whatnot. Maybe they were in the middle of baking. Yes, love that. Dining area, I think there was, yeah, this table from Dream Home Decorator, I kind of liked it. This also probably is where a hanging light should go because I have not been remembering lights, overhead lights. I tend to forget that in this challenge a lot. If you haven't watched one of these before, for good measure, I'll get a super subtle saucer light. And I don't think I've gotten any outdoor lighting yet either. Maybe I'll just do a teeny tiny one. Oh my God, a rug in the dining room. I'm sorry, I keep jumping all over the place, but I keep kind of forgetting everything that I need to add. I kind of want to do the checkered rug, but also maybe something a bit more simple would be okay. Oh, I did forget like any kind of cabinet or anything right there, didn't I? That's bad. That's bad for me. Okay, well, the fourth tile in the front of the lot, once again, it's just terrain paint. I'm debating it going all the way, like starting the front porch area over here. Maybe let's do that. I'm gonna do like a hedge on either side because I know that this bump out is only going one more tile. Wait, no way the dining table isn't centered. Can I fix that? Would you all be mad if I fixed that right now before we move on? I think that's centered now, hopefully. I think all of our walls are painted. I think I am ready to move on to tile number 5. So that is going to start off with this room like closing off. Actually, wait, all the way. Okay, lighting's not too bad. I actually really like this room. So this is where I'm trying to decide if the entrance to the bathroom is from this main bedroom or if I should wait and do it like out here in the hallway. Didn't I already say I was doing it in the hallway? I know at the very least we are getting a door to the bedroom right there. I still feel like I am not good at this like planning in advance because I do kind of have to do a window here because this room is like right here in the front of the house. And I don't feel like we need a window there because I put a window here. Okay, well, let me stop jumping around everywhere and finish the bedroom first because I feel like once we are at a place where we can say like at least one of the rooms is done, it might get slightly easier. I want a mirror. I just can't decide if I should squeeze one in this little nook or maybe we'll do a wall one right there. Okay, I love this for the bedroom. In the bathroom here, I don't think I'm gonna do too much. I want to get a towel, but I think I'm actually going to do it on this side. I don't want anything interfering with them getting into the shower. In the kids' room, I'll do this side table and maybe some books could be cute, like the grilled cheese ones. Yes, I like that. I feel like that's perfect here. I do think this will end up being a 4x3 bedroom, so maybe we could do this bookshelf. I'm remembering a bath mat. I'm impressed with myself for that. Now here is where, like I predicted, it's getting interesting and harder because I think if you're coming from the front of the house, this part of the room is included in the next tile. Is this easier or harder? I don't know, but I was planning for a desk here. Does the My First Pet stuff one have a swatch that I like? It's so hard to tell because like I feel like that blue and green goes with this blue and green, but watch it not. Oh well, not everything has to match. It's just nice when it does, I won't lie. No, wait, I messed up then. man, because all of this landscaping in the front here should have been included in this tile of the front of the house. So do I not get to do it? I just know this is not going to look good from the front. This is not going to look anything like I want it to from the front. Oh my God, I bet so many of you were yelling at me in the last tile too that this technically was part of that front tile. Wait, this is so difficult. I didn't think it would be this difficult, but it is. Okay, just had to take a little walk. I get one forgiveness. I now have to be on top of it. So that puts us here in that I'm also doing this part of the kitchen, but also we already were going to be doing that because that's part of this tile anyway. I get to extend the pool and the terrain paint here. I, like I said, need another lounge chair. I'm going to put a grill right here. Where's the living area going in this house? I just have so many thoughts at once. Oh no. I'm getting so far ahead of myself, but I'm also so behind because we definitely need a fridge and I was planning on that going right there. So in the front of the house, I guess we need an office or some type of skill room. Let's fill in our terrain paint. I was going to put laundry, but then I didn't like how like closed off this whole kitchen would be. Maybe it's okay. I think I want this brick in the front here with like the entryway. Also, wait, we need something on this wall here. You want to do the plant picture? Wait, we need a window. That's what was supposed to go there. Oh my gosh, I gotta get it together. On the bright side, this dining area with the big windows is really pretty. On the not so bright side, everything else. This was my vision for the laundry to be right here, and we'll make this a little room and there will be a little door. Now for the office, I think we could do like a desk with a chair and your back to the window. I don't know. Maybe something like this. I've literally lost track of how many tiles in I'm supposed to be. I think we are done with this tile, and something I think will help me. I'm going to highlight the next tile on each side in red before we even do anything so that I know what I can and cannot do while we're here. So the next tile encompasses all of what we're seeing. I get to close off the bathroom. I'm going to bring back in our tiles and I'm drawing a wall here. That is what I know. I should have done this red thing from the beginning. Wow. I'm like thinking so much more clearly now. I'm putting my terrain paint under here and then I am going to delete the red. I don't know if that will just go right back to messing me up, but that's what I'm doing. I'm drawing this wall here. Oh, am I? Am I really doing that? And then I'm drawing this wall here? I guess so, but how do you get into the laundry area? Wait a minute. Can I at least get one of my favorite doors as like a consolation? Yeah, I feel a little bit better now. That's a horrible place for the front door, but it is what it is. The reason I think that is because this wall is going all the way across and then that leaves like this for our living area. So you're gonna walk right into the living area. I don't like when I have to do that. I'm going back in with some of my terrain paint. I think maybe I'll delete the red as I go. So I know once I don't see any more red, then I am done with that tile. Why did that take me literally 2 hours to think of that? Don't worry though, because obviously doing a house from the inside out is inevitable and I'll know that this works when we do that. Do I just like close off the laundry room? I think that's what I'm trying to do here. And then there will be a door to it. As for the rest of this area, I think we'll just do like some flooring right there. And we will eventually have to think about the living area. I don't want to think about the living area. Let's think about the office. We'll get a computer and we'll get some books and like, I don't know, what should we put above the desk? The office is normally where the storyline starts to come together. Maybe like a single mom and her kid, and the mom is a like nature fantasy writer. That's kind of what I'm getting from these like lights, and she has a home office where she works on her books. I like that idea. We do need a mirror in the kids' room. Maybe let me slide it right there. And then over here, let's do like a laundry bin, something cute on the wall, the little elephant, maybe, yes. I kind of want to put like a cozy chair or maybe this bench in the office. Maybe the kid sits there and she like bounces off her ideas for stories with the kid. I like that. Oh wait, I did not do anything on this tile. I don't really know what there is to do. Like what am I putting in the hallway? I could do another elephant item here in the hallway. I didn't do anything in like the patio area that is on this tile. I need them to make like 300 more chairs like this, just like good patio chairs, because you've probably noticed this is like the only one I use, but it's like kind of the only one that I like. I guess I like the other ones, but nothing is more of a go-to than that for me. And we'll do big plant outside, of course. What happened with the landscaping here? What happened with the landscaping here? There are tears in my eyes right now. Like I'm laughing. Like what? Who did that? Who did that? How did I just forget? Oh my gosh. Well, in the interest of not forgetting anything else, I'm gonna do one last look around here and let's move on. I don't even know what number tile we're on, but I'm going to draw my red box and walls are next. So I want a wall there and I want a wall there. We can finally close off the kids' room and the office. Swatch-wise, everything looks pretty good in the kids' room. I'm not too mad about it. Is it time to close off the whole house? Wait, no, it's not. I think it would look really weird if I did that right now. That's really bold of me to think that it won't look really weird if I do it any other way. I would love a little dining area out here. So if I add the table, I can add these chairs. They all technically kind of fit adjacently to this tile, right? Oh my God, I forgot a sink. No sink in the bathroom. Who needs it? Tiny living bookshelf right there. And I want a plant. I did want the bookshelf right there, but oh well, because guess what? We can have a plant instead and everyone's happy. Entryway. In these times of stress, I must go back to my tried and true, my coat rack, my umbrella rack, my shoe rack, and the little mail thing. So for now, that's leaving this area, which is the living area. This is really tough because where does a TV even go? What if we put a couch, love seat right here by the window? Okay, is this tile done? This is it. When I said it's gonna be easy until it's not, because I think this is where I close off the house, which is very scary. I still have the opportunity to add some lights around here. We could do 2 chairs right here. Oh, it's so bad. It's literally in the entryway. Can I kind of like move them? And then we get a TV like here. Wait, I wasn't even supposed to be building on this tile yet. Never mind. Is there a way that I could do like that instead? I'm okay with like taking that as a fail if it means that we can have a better living area. This might look really weird. The table is so far into the corner there, but it's not clipping. And now we can do something like this. Is this even better? I like that this might not even end up being better. We have to weigh our options here because if we do this, we can have a living area that actually feels segmented from the entryway. The cost of that is having this random window, random curtain, and random love seat that I already put in there. The other option is the living area literally feeling like it is the entryway. I must say, I'm leaning towards this. I don't care about a random love seat. Maybe they were having a reading of their book and they had to have some extra seating in there. That is my final offer, sharks. Take it or leave it. What about a big plant here? You know it's bad when I'm like, big plant makes everything better like 6 times in the build. I really did just use this stuff in my last build, didn't I? I really like how this bookshelf slides in right here. Oh my God, I have to roof this. Is there anything I wanted to go on the outside here? What if we did some wind chimes and the vertical gardens, since I probably won't be adding garden pots. All right, I need to fill in some terrain paint here, it looks like. Let's move on to our last tile of the build. It's actually 8 tiles. We did not do it in a way that we got 1 tile left, but this is both the last tile of the right side, the last tile back to front, the last tile front to back, and the last tile of the left side. Wait, so it got really easy again because now I have a chunk of 8 tiles that I can work with. Like the challenge was getting like exponentially harder, then it like leveled off and then it dropped completely. We have like a good swatch of this rug maybe. I kind of like this one. It's a bit too tight to do a coffee table, so maybe I just do like a little side table. I was not painting the ceiling as I went either. I'm just realizing that also. So I think that is the inside, but this roofing could probably be an entire video itself. I'm going to start with something like this, except for the fact that I hate that. I'm gonna try to take these half gabled roof pieces and like align them so that we can do like this. I'm like, if I bring in the eaves, will it look modern and cool? The metal roof could save us because it does give that weird kind of like contemporary modern vibe. Well, anyway, let's get into the final tour. This is building a house from the outside in The Sims 4. Let me know if you want to see building a house from the inside out. That one sounds easier to me, but I also thought that this challenge didn't sound as hard as it was. Let me know any other challenges that you would like to see. This house will be on the gallery if you do want to renovate it. If you did make it this far, don't forget to comment a book emoji for the author that lives here. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy Sims build challenges. I have another one linked for you on the screen right now if you'd like to go check that one out. All of my socials are linked down below. And other than that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a lovely tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!